Hello there. Tis day 56 and don't really know how to explain or put into words how I feel. I just feel good, and that's about the end of it. I did have like a what you would call a healing crisis. Lasted for about 3 days. What it was a large bit of mucoid plaque, like mucus stuff, and it got stuck in, like, obviously I've got some section in there where it's not so free flowing, and yeah, something got stuck, and it was causing me, like, well, it's just like miserable, not miserable, but it's just like frustrating because I'm making such good progress, and then I get this thing that gets stuck, and it's like, I feel like I'm all the way back to where I started. And it's sort of occurred to me that most of my problems were building up in this area where things are getting stuck. But it moved. It came out big, red because of the watermelon, big red, mucusy thing. And yeah, it just came out. But it reminded me that I need to have a lot more. Well, not a lot more because I do have it already. But this is a long process, maybe an ongoing process for a long time for someone who is as damaged as I am, to fix it, and patience is required. I get messages from people on like Instagram, and they say stuff like, I did a juice fast for like 3 whole weeks and it didn't fix my problem. Like, I don't know what to do now. I tried it for 3 weeks, like, this isn't, some things just take longer than 3 weeks to fix. This year I've juice fasted more than I've not. Like, I've had more days where I've been juice fasting than days where I've been eating, and so it's like 180 days, and still not fixed. I'm still having mucoid come out of me every day. Would you believe that? Well, believe it, because it's the reality of things. But it's crazy to me how much capacity we have for holding this stuff, even in like a skinny person. Like, it can just back up. Like, I feel it backed up to, like, I can feel it, no, not kidding, like, it goes across here. I can feel that I've got, like, I feel things moving through here. That means my colon has been pushed up and it's all bent out of shape and none of it makes sense. But I am getting a lot more in tune with my body and how it works. I sort of know what's going on at all times now, which is cool. Like, I can feel, it's like, that just moved from there, so I'm going to see that in the morning, or, that just moved from there, so in 2 hours that's going to be there, and then it'll be out. So it's cool that I'm learning how my body works, which I'm sure will extend into the eating thing once I start eating again. But I do see a light at the end of the tunnel as well. I'm not sure if I'm going to be fully clean. So what is it, 56 today, so I've got 34 days remaining, but I think I'm going to be pretty much there. Like, I feel different down here. There's less solidness and more squidginess, but there is still solidness in certain places, and there are a few places where if I push it, it hurts. So I'm not entirely sure how much more's in there, but I know that there is more, like a not insignificant amount. So if you're going to do this, my arm hurts. If you're going to do this, you need to recognize that you need to be patient. People like John Rose, if you've seen him, if you're watching my videos, you probably have. He claims to have cleared in 90 days. But I don't think 90 days, that was like 40 years ago. I don't think 90 days is enough anymore, considering how much more toxic our environment is, and how much more artificial our food is, and just how much more just toxic in general our society is. I've got people that I follow on Instagram that I see they're on like day 200, and I've seen people do like 300-day juice fast and stuff to get it all out. So it's like, you need to figure out a way to make it long-term sustainable for you if you're going to do this. It's not a case of like, oh, I'm just going to drink juice for a few weeks and then go back to what I was doing before. Actually, based on personal experience, if you clean yourself and then go back and put more toxins in after you've cleaned yourself a bit, you get double punished. It's almost like once you become aware of it, the world, or the natural way that things work in this place, you get like doubly punished somehow. Like the damage is just more catastrophic, if you want. But you never know, your mileage may vary on that one. But that's just the way I've experienced it. But yeah, you need to figure out a way to make it sustainable long term. This is like, because this really is a transition to, obviously, when you're doing this, all that stuff's going to come out and you're going to be like, oh, the diet I was eating before was bad. Otherwise I wouldn't have all of these horrible sticky mucus things coming out of me that have been bogging me down. So you'll realise that, and then you'll start realising, oh, I need to change the way I eat as well, because there's no point cleaning yourself. It's hard work to clean yourself, just to go back and then doubly clog yourself up again. I know people that are caught in that cycle. It doesn't look fun. So you need to figure out a way to make it long-term sustainable. For me, it took a lot of trial and error. So I did a 96-day juice fast. I think within like 3 days I was ordering pizza, and then cleansed myself by eating only fruit, and then started eating junk again, and then did a 35-day juice fast in Australia. And then by that point I couldn't really handle bread or meat anymore, but I was still clogging myself up with unnatural foods, like even just stuff like rice, pasta. Like at a certain point of cleansing, you can't handle those things anymore. But this time, because I've become so, I haven't been going to work or anything, so I've just had this time to focus on this, and I've really come to identify what my problems are physically, where the blockages are, the damage I've done, and the foods that do it. So this time, don't want to say for sure, because every time I say things for sure, you never know, but I'm pretty sure that I'm going to be able to eat the right food, because I'm working so hard. I've realised how much of a task this is, and I really don't want to have to, keep doing it. I don't want to clog myself up again just to do this again. This is the best opportunity I'll ever have to do this, because I'm in a place where I don't have any responsibilities or work. Got the money to do it. There's a doggy. Mr. Doggy. These stray dogs in this country. Hello, mate. They're all a bit weird. Look. Oh, he's a bit fucked. That's sad. They're not like dogs that I know. Usually I love dogs, but I wouldn't touch him. Anyway, what was I saying? Juice fast. Diet. I'm going to eat properly. Just because, I've had such a profound, last time it was profound as well. Every time I do it, it's almost like every time I detox more, I unlock like a new level of awareness for all of this. So, still got 34 days left as well, so, don't know. I'm confident I can get all the plaque out in that time. But even if I don't, I'm not going to be like, I'm not going to be so neurotic about it as I have been in the past. So that's that. I'm going to see where this ends up. Hopefully I'll get it all, but we'll see either way. Happy days.